Hey, this is Final Draft. You're listening to Everfree Radio Live, and this is Saturday Night Songs with Michelle Creber. Michelle, how are you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing so good, guys. It's like crazy, man. It's like so nice in Vancouver. Whoa! No, but seriously,
Whoa!
I'm not joking here. I don't think we've had this nice of a day in like 365 days.
So like a year or something.
Yeah, something like that.
My
No,
goodness.
I bought 20 pucks on top of like the 8 I have, and I went out and I used all of them on my 4 nets, and I was shooting them for like 3 hours. It was so awesome.
How many did you actually hold on to then?
I actually only lost 1.
That's impressive.
That's because I lined them all up, and then I started shooting them, and I just lost track of 3, and then that one must have gone to the bush, and I have no idea where the HE double hockey sticks it went.
Well, so we could call it a libation to the hockey gods or something, right? It's the price you paid for that much fun.
Yeah, it's a weird year in hockey, but we won't go into that.
We'll all root for the Canucks next year. So anyway, Michelle, let's get everyone up to speed. Can you explain to the audience a bit about this album you've been working on?
Yeah, well, I've been releasing covers of different songs from across the last 100 years, decade by decade. And so far, I've released a song from the 30s, from the 40s, and also 2 from 80s. And that was on EFR's 80s week, which was so epic.
Oh my goodness, and it was epic. And this week you've got a teaser for your next track, right?
Indubitably. Yes. I ran a Name the Song contest on my Facebook page about this mystery tune. Several weeks, though, however. Tonight, I'll be announcing the winners and answering some questions live from the EFR IRC chat.
You've heard it right, people. She will be answering your questions live on air. Just make sure that if you're in the IRC chat that you private message them to me, Final Draft, and that's how we'll process them. So anyway, I think it's all sounding pretty sweet. I think we should start this off, though, by sharing the tracks you released so far. What do you think?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. The music is for you, not for them, right?
I'm very shy about my music. I don't like to release it in public. I find that it's something my personal.
You have an aversion to recording your voice, isn't it?
Precisely.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it happens. It happens.
No. Well, I've been recording for the 30s, 1934. Don't Mean a Thing by Duke Ellington and Irving Mills.
Well, and through the magic of the internet, aka our tech director 8-track, here it is, 1934's It Don't Mean a Thing.
Do I
Well, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. You've got way too much talent. Do you listen to a lot of swing music, jazz, and the like?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of jazz music around our home. My dad is actually one of the top keyboardists for jazz in Vancouver, and my mom also performs a lot of jazz, so I've had a lot of it in my atmosphere.
Well, so your parents are really involved in the jazz and music scene then.
Yeah, actually, my dad performed with Katie Lang and toured with her for 5 years. And when the LA Times reviewed Katie Lang's album, Absolute Torch and Twang, they said my dad was a cross between Floyd Kramer and Thelonious Monk. So there you go.
Oh, wow. Well, what has he been up to lately?
Well, he's been studying jazz in Brazil the last year, also in Cuba. He did quite a few festivals in Borneo. Actually, he takes so many pictures when he's down there. It's just ridiculous. He brings back 5,000 pictures a trip. I don't know how he does it. All on his iPhone.
Wow.
I don't know how he does it.
That would probably hurt his thumb, I'd think.
Yeah, well, I was actually pretty surprised to figure out that he could text in the middle of the Borneo jungle.
Good grief.
Here's the thing is that he would use the recording thing when you text and it would write down your speech. But here's the thing is that every second word was unfathomable. It was like this. It's like, hey, what's going on? I'm in Borneo.
Have you ever considered voicing a jungle show?
I could do a lot of animals, yeah.
I don't know what animal that was.
That was a duck.
There
you go. There you go, Felipe's duck.
There you go. He'll go quackers. So, okay, well, let's move on to the 40s. You premiered this next track last week on the show. It's your big duet with Andy, a.k.a. Mando Pony, When You Wish Upon a Star from 1940.
Yes, I did. Yes, and I love working with Andy. He's brilliant. He's a fantastic musician with great personality. So, let's play the track.
Indubitably.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star like dreamers do. Fate is kind, she brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is steps in and pulls you through. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
Again, amazing work by the both of you, really. I mean, when I was a kid, I loved Pinocchio. I even had a cat named Figaro. True story. I think a lot of people, though, have nostalgic memories tied to that song.
I know a lot of people can relate to it. Of course, the opening of all the Disney movies. So, actually, my first movie was a Disney movie. It's called Search for Santa Claus. And when my mom and I went to the premiere in LA, I got so excited when I heard the theme song in the opening with the castle and everything. It was really cool.
Yeah, and I remember when I was a kid. You watch a lot of Disney movies when you're a kid, and they all start with that same opening thing and that same opening track. So it definitely brings back a lot of memories. Speaking of Disney, actually, during the song break, we were off mic talking about a certain Disney-esque TV show idea that you were pitching.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember the name of it?
Yeah, we were talking about how we had no idea what came from the duck of the jungle noises. And so we decided to call our new TV show Jungle Ducks.
Jungle Ducks. Everyone, I think you should look for it in the next few years, right? You could voice most of the characters, I bet.
Yeah, this will be the opening thing.
And then, of course,
yes, and it will be starring Felipe's duck.
Well, and of course, there you go, starring Felipe's duck. And of course, you could even maybe do it as like a segment of Speedy and Stretch at some point. Who knows?
Oh, that's a very good idea, Jungle Ducks. I like that.
Stretch could play a giraffe or something, and
and I could play like a little like an ant or something, just like rolling around everywhere, just like a little speedy little leopard or something. I don't know. Okay. Or I could play the very fast duck.
You could play the fastest of all the ducks.
I would be such a fast duck, you don't even know what would hit you.
You'd be a jungle duck demon. All right, well, so...
Oh, yes. Oh, and also my kingdom would have to be ruled by King Julian of Madagascar.
Naturally, of course.
This is very good. This is King Julian. Oh, I love all these people. These are lovely people. I love this. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. This is first class. It's nothing personal, but it's just that we are better than you.
Oh my goodness! You could voice. Okay, well, we gotten a little bit off of track here.
I said, "Look at me, Maurice. I'm flying." Oh God!
Okay, well, we did get off track a little bit here. We're just a little bit. And, it will happen.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so we started off in the 30s, then we moved to the 40s. Let's skip a few decades ahead and talk about the 80s.
All right, here we go. Put your seatbelts on, and here we go.
So back in February, EFR hosted our 80s week, and you guys, I should say you guys because it was you and Andy and your family and the producers you work with, helped us celebrate that with two great tubular, bodacious, radical tracks.
Wow, you're using a lot of big words there, Mike.
I think I've used all of them that I know.
Oh, well, you're very eloquent.
Don't lie to me.
That's when we did our first collaborations, actually, with Andy, aka Minda Pony, and we released a cover of the Manhattan Transfer's "The Boy from New York City" and a cover of Bon Jovi's "Wanted Dead or Alive."
And can I actually just say that I think a little bit of Apple Bloom snuck into that track, just a little bit.
Yep, I think you're right about that. Oh, actually, when my mom sent it to my grandparents, my grandpa wasn't exactly familiar, I guess, with Bon Jovi, but he was very happy when that I recorded. Oh, my dogs are barking in the background. I'm so sorry.
Well, no, that's all right.
And I'm sure they saw a squirrel or something.
They wanted to participate.
Like the dog in Up. Ah, you are my master. Squirrel.
I love that movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, my grandpa obviously didn't know anything about Bon Jovi, what he was like, so he was very happy when I recorded a country song, as he quoted. So, yeah, I guess that is because a little Apple Blue must have snuck in there or something.
Oh, that could happen. It may be. Well,
Yeah.
I say let's play it. Everyone Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi, made famous by Michelle Creber.
Oh, yes, Wanted Dead or Alive. No, might I just say, you really want it dead? Because I don't know if anyone's gonna like your music when you're dead. I mean, you'll kind of be like, I don't know. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. It just bugs me. But okay, let's play that. But okay. All
Okay.
right.
Oh.
No, right. But
Yes.
okay. Goodbye. Thank you very much.
It's all the same. Only the names will change every day. It seems we're wasting away. Another place where the faces are so cold. I drive all night just to get back home. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Wanted, dead or alive. Sometimes I sleep, sometimes it's not for days. When the people I meet will always go their separate ways. Sometimes you tell the day by the water that you drink. In times when you're alone, all you do is think. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Wanted, dead or alive. Oh, and I ride. Yeah, come on now. Oh, I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. I walk these streets, a loaded 16 on my back. I play for keeps, 'cause I might not make it back. I've been everywhere, and I'm standing tall. I've seen a million faces, and I've rocked them all. 'Cause I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or
Again, amazing stuff. I love that track.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. I was like too busy getting like my 6 servants to give me a manicure and a pedicure.
Apparently, you were stuck in the 90s while you were at it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm brushing my hair. I can't hear you. I'm too busy right now. I have better things to do. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Like, are you serious?
I'm so serious.
Like, are you totally serious?
I'm like legit, man.
You say you are, but oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, or yeah, okay.
I can't do it. I tried. I swear I tried.
You tried. You tried.
Well, you're gonna
All
have to
right.
keep practicing that voice, and we'll announce why later on in the stream. But anyway,
Okay. All right, back to the subject. I do really like that track, yes, because of course Andy's a fantastic guitar player and his guitar playing made it so awesome. And also special thanks to my friend Natalie Sharp for the great background vocals. And you'll also see a lot of Natalie and Andy actually, and we're gonna start airing the episodes of our Speedy and Stretch show. Woohoo!
well, Natalie is Stretch of Speedy and Stretch. In fact,
Well, no, wait, I'm sorry. Did you say she's No, no, she's Speedy. Did you not get that?
She's Speedy. Okay, so
I'm
you
sorry.
guys,
Wait,
you guys
did
had a casting change.
Oh no, I'm sorry. What? Oh,
What?
oh.
Oh,
Did you
oh.
really? Okay. Did you really think that Natalie was Stretch? I mean, what would lead you to that conclusion?
The whole part where she's super tall.
I don't see it.
I guess you have to look at the right angle.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny. Somehow there are so many more girls in volleyball because she plays volleyball that are so much more taller than her. I'm like, how is this possible? Be that tall. Lord.
Surgery? I don't know. I don't know.
All right. So we'll move on to
Well-
our contest announcements.
Yeah, well, we got to move on to the teaser for your brand new track, right?
Oh, yes, indeed. Well, the mystery song was the subject of round 6 of the Name the Song contest I ran on my Facebook page. The hints were an up-tempo pop song that was sung by 2 different male singers, and the song was a big hit in 2 different decades, one of which was in the 70s. So there were 5 winners. And for this round, the prize is an invitation to a private online discussion with me, as well as Andy Stein and my mom, Monique Creber, who is also my manager and the producer of all these tracks. So bravo, my mama.
And an all-around awesome person. Let's just say that.
Love you, mommy.
Well, so before we announce the winners, though, can we tease the new track?
Yeah. Well, I think that's possible. Yeah.
Quite. Indubitably?
Hit it.
Well, that was a teaser for Rockin' Robin, a classic originally made famous by Bobby Day in the 1950s and then again by the Jackson 5 in the 70s. And now Michelle Creber in 2012.
My arrangement was done by our good friend Robert Messier, who's an extremely talented musician who lives in Montreal, and he's a very, very good friend, as I said. In addition to Robert's keyboard playing, it features more of Andy's guitar work, and with some background vocals by my mom and Stretch, aka Natalie Sharp.
Oh, so she is Stretch then.
Yeah, I don't know. You seemed like you were caving into that
I almost did.
mind thing or whatever.
I just rolled with it.
All right. So there were 5 winners, as I said, for the Name the Song Facebook contest that I did. And for Rockin' Robin, yes, and here we go. First place, Jake Schroer. In second place, Tim Gropner. Man, you guys are on a roll. Good Lord.
Yeah, I think I've heard those names before.
Sweet flippers of frantic zebras.
Soon to be found in Jungle Ducks.
Oh, okay. Third place, Tony Heath. Fourth place, Joseph Gonzalez. And fifth place, Felipe Cosa. And Felipe's duck.
Indeed.
Indubitably. All right. Congratulations to you guys. And please email us at info@michellecreber.com and we will organize the best time for our little discussion. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be so awesome. I'm sorry. I just killed all your guys' ears. You will never be able to hear anything.
I think you killed ears and broke hearts. So everyone, remember that all these tracks are available in higher quality audio through Michelle's CD Baby account. It will be linked below once this video is posted. It's also on our front page, everfreeradio.com. You look on the right of the page, you'll see Michelle's CD Baby account. It goes towards charity. It's great. So make sure that you go buy these tracks. You can find them there. You can find them on iTunes, on Amazon, and all other sorts of online retailers. And don't forget to leave a comment if you like the music. I mean, she wants comments.
Won't you leave a comment?
Listen to that. How can you say no? So, Michelle, maybe you could quick describe the charity that you're going to be promoting with the sales of these tracks.
Yeah, well, it's going to Plant International's Because I'm a Girl campaign, and it's a fantastic program that's helping girls in third world countries reach their full potential.
It's an amazing campaign. It's a great cause. I mean, it's a great reason to buy these tracks. I mean, come on, guys, do it. So, while you're at it, though, make sure that you check out Michelle's YouTube channel, her Facebook page, her website, michellecreber.com. I mean, she's all over the internet. Her Twitter account. You know, you guys should subscribe because this is how she operates her contests, and you can get news and updates, and it's a lot of online awesomeness. And again, for those who are listening to this recording later, those links will be posted below in the description on YouTube. So at this point, we're going to do something kind of cool. I'm looking forward to this. We're going to be doing some live questions and answers right now with the chat. And so the first one I've got here is from Osaka Jack. And he asked, Michelle, are there any classic animation characters you would like to voice if they ever remade those shows? So, you know, maybe an old Looney Tunes character or maybe someone from Disney. Anything like that?
Yeah. Oh, I'd probably want to play Genie in Aladdin.
The Genie in Aladdin? I don't know.
Yep.
I think you might even be able to do a better job than Robin Williams. He did a great job.
I love Robin Williams. I love him so much. He's so awesome.
Yeah, he was just. I thought he was hilarious.
He's my voiceover role model.
Do you have you seen his shows like Mork and Mindy or any of his other movies like was it Mrs. Doubtfire, all that?
Oh my gosh, I love Miss Doubtfire so much, so much. Mrs. Doubtfire, dearie.
Yeah, that movie. I remember seeing it. Believe it or not, I'm old enough to have seen it in theaters, and when I watched it, I felt so awkward. And I was a kid at the time, and it just because the whole scene where he's in the kitchen. Oh my god.
Oh, and then he sets on fire.
Yeah.
I've watched that movie like 28 times. It's so. Oh.
You know, I heard a rumor once that they're going to make a sequel to it.
Oh, it better be as good as the last one.
I don't know. We'll see, though. He's just as crazy. Okay, so the next question is from The Living Tombstone, the notorious musician, the guy who wrote that very well-known version of Discord that I know you've heard.
I love that song. It's one of my favorite Brony-made songs.
Well, and so his question is, if you had a choice to cover a song from the last 3 years, what song would you choose?
Oh, I definitely I Believe, and it was the Olympic song, and Nikki Yanofsky sang it. I love that song.
Well, and I mean, I don't even know if I've actually heard too many songs myself in the last 3 years. It was extremely moving, you know. Right when Sidney Crosby scored the goal from 5-hole, it started playing. Oh,
and gold medal. I was actually downtown when that happened, and literally it was like my hair raised from my arm. It was like, oh my gosh! Because everybody, literally, we were right in the center of downtown,
and literally the entire city erupted. It was like a volcano.
I can imagine. That would be awesome.
It was like St. Helens volcano. So big. So big. Or Fiji. I just did a project on volcanoes. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I know way too much about them now. Way too much about them.
Well, and I should say too, the other day I heard you humming a Justin Bieber song. Was that right?
Oh gosh, everybody's singing it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, everybody's singing it. Like, really? That song again? But no, I like hearing it. It's a very good song.
Well, okay, so I got another question for you. This one is from TCH Legion. And let me know if you're hearing me clearly, because there may be a little bit of internet derpage going on. I'm being told that there's some audio problem.
Me hearing you?
No, us hearing you maybe.
You hearing me? Oh,
yeah,
can you hear me better now?
Well, I can hear you better now. Yeah, I think there may have been a little bit of a technical glitch.
Hey, well, just tell me if you can't hear me, and then we'll try to adjust something.
Okay. Well, so anyway, this next question is from, again, TCH Legion, and the question is, what job would Michelle like to do if you were not a voice actress like now? And then he suggests maybe a dentist. I don't know why you would do that.
Well, I'd have to say, you'd have to, if I was going to answer that question, I would have to cancel out acting, voiceover acting, dancing, and singing, so completely non-artistic. I would want to be probably... lawyer, maybe. I like a criminal lawyer because I really like defending. I'm defending people's rights, and I love debating too. Also, I find politics very interesting. All these global conflicts and everything, and the reason I'd want to do that is because I'd want to try to help. So I'd want to have a position in of government so I can solve these conflicts. And it's very hard to not be able to do anything about it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's the trick with any of these larger issues like that, is that it takes a lot of people putting in a lot of work, but it's an honorable cause. Well, so I'm being suggested that what we should do is play one of your tracks while we try to make sure that your connection is nice and clean, because right now, for some reason, there's a little bit of a problem for people to hear you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, it seems to clear up right whenever I say that. I don't know. But, so we're thinking, you have another song that you released for 80s Week that we haven't played yet, The Boy from New York City. Why don't we play that real quick, and then we'll go back to asking questions. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
All right, so guys, we're going to play Boy from New York City. So here goes. Okay, so I think we're back. I think we fixed some audio issues, so hopefully you guys can hear us a little bit clearer. Michelle, you still there?
Yep, I just ate an apple.
You know, I think that's what it needed. It's like Popeye and a can of spinach. Your internet needed an
Yeah.
apple.
I need an apple. That's gonna be my new thing. Oh yes, see what I did there? Apple bloom apple light. Yeah.
Oh, it all comes together.
Aha!
Ah ha ha
You were a little slow there, buddy. Yeah.
ha. Oh no,
Like a,
I see what you're
you,
doing there.
you really did have a tortoise in your mouth,
Oh man,
and you really did trip upon the terrapins.
you remember that phrase? Oh my.
I have
You
a
know,
very vivid memory of that. It's very funny.
I actually saw a huge snapping turtle behind my real life job earlier this week.
What?
Yeah.
What are the chances of that? Are you kidding me?
Well, the job's kind of near a swamp, so
No, I want to see a snapping turtle.
I'll send you a picture. I took some pictures of it. So,
Yay! I want to.
it was snapping at people. It was mean.
Oh.
They're mean.
Oh, okay. Well, then shame on you, tortoise.
Shame
Like-
on you, you terrapin.
Precisely, indubitably.
Indubitably.
My
Okay.
goodness.
So we got some more questions from the guys in the chat. Someone named Nerve asks, Michelle, will you be joining the VA panel, voice actor panel, at Everfree Northwest in addition to performing your songs?
Oh, how dare you have the nerve to ask that question? No, I'm joking. See what I did there? Actually, no, I will definitely be participating in the panel. So I hope to see some of you guys there.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. And they've been announcing people all week. They just announced Peter New today. He's going to be there. Voice of Big Mac, your supposed
Yep.
big brother in the show.
Yep.
So it's going to be pretty awesome. So anyway, okay, I got another question for you. Sunny Storm asks, Michelle, how are you able to manipulate your voice in the awesome way that you do?
Oh, I really don't know actually. Ever since I was a kid, I have a very good ear, and I was very for those kind of things. And well, like for example, when I would watch movies, I would watch it 4 times, and I would know the entire movie. I can memorize things extremely easily, so it's technically the same for voice. So I listen to a voice, and I can remember what it like exactly what it sounded like, and then I can repeat the phrasing of it.
But and I think that's a bit of a talent that is almost like it's almost a natural talent you have to have because
It is. It's a natural talent. I don't know where it came from, but well, my mom's got a crazy memory. She's got a photographic memory, so she remembers
Oh, wow.
things by looking at them. She ran a music school in Winnipeg, and she was able to memorize thousands and thousands of phone numbers of her students.
It's actually I didn't know that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I've always thought that if you had a photographic memory, it'd be both like a blessing and a curse, right? You know?
Yeah, well, yeah. She's always when she forgets things, she goes like this. She just stops, and then she closes her eyes, and then she's like in this really intense thing, and then she goes, "I know where it is."
Wow, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Okay, well, so I've got another question here. This one is from Aura. Aura asks, "Hey, Michelle." I know. Aura asks, out of all the genres you have tried, and I think he means music genres, which one did you find to be the most challenging and why? So I guess which is the most challenging style of music to perform?
I'd say jazz. Yeah, I'd say that because it's no, yeah, because of the different it's I guess the first thing. Okay, I'm having trouble with this question. I guess
is a
no, it's okay. It's I think it's the scatting. The first time I tried scatting, I didn't understand it, and I think that's what made it kind of difficult for a while. But I guess now I've kind of mastered the scatting after doing that song, so I guess that's not a difficulty anymore.
I once tried to do scat singing, but then again, anytime I ever try to sing in general, you start hearing police cars in the distance, and it's just bad. So my hat's off to you for even attempting it, let alone figuring it out. But I have to say, I'm a big fan of Ella Fitzgerald and a lot of those old scat singers, like even Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a trumpet player myself, and It's always fun. But anyway, let's see. We got some other questions here. This one seems, yeah, this is a kind of an interesting question. And this is a question that Andrea Libman was talking about in her interview with EFR recently, which is, can you bear to listen to your own singing voice? Because Andrea said in her interview with EFR that she had a hard time listening to herself on recording. Is that something, and I should say that question is from Cluttershy. Is that something that you find is true for yourself, or are you more comfortable listening to yourself?
No, I like listening to myself to hear, like what I'm sounding like for that song. If there's anything I want to improve, if there's anything I like, I take note of it in my brain cells, and yeah.
Well, and I mean, for me too, when I record myself and then listen later, I always find that I don't mind listening to myself, but I sound a lot different than I think I do. Like you hear
Yeah,
your
I find that too, actually. Not anymore. When I was about 9 years old, I was like, what the heck? That doesn't sound anything like me. But then, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, it's just one of those things. Well, okay, so
Yeah.
we got a question from a known brony, the manliest brony in the world, the host of Stay Brony, My Friends, who happens to be in the IRC right now, Dusty. Dusty asks, how do you keep getting all these movie roles? And that's a good question.
Well, I have agents, and and they determine whether it's a worthy project. And then I sometimes audition. Usually it's just callbacks now, though. I don't usually go to the first round auditions. It's a complicated process.
Well, I think it takes a bit of this thing called like talent or something as well, you know?
It
Like-
takes a lot of patience. You will wait for 2 months sometimes to figure out if you get something. It's ridiculous.
Well, and
But
then I imagine the whole auditioning process too takes a lot of work as well.
Yeah, I'm very, very, very used to it. But sometimes it can be very long. I think the longest time that I was there for an audition, maybe 4 hours. Because
Oh,
they
wow.
kept, and that was just for the movie that I just did, because they were combining oh no, not 4 hours. I'd say like 2 hours. I exaggerate sometimes.
It felt like
It's-
4 hours.
Well, the thing is that they didn't know what the combo was, but then as soon as they found the combo, because the 5 of us smart cookies really had a connection, right? And we became extremely good friends very fast. And they could tell that in the audition room. But the first time we just met each other when we walked in the room. And just from doing that scene, it was the producer said it was obvious that our combination was the most believable for the chemistry.
Well, I mean, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing that. Mostly
It's
because
a great movie. It's a really fun movie. I'm very excited to watch it.
I happen to be a fan of Girl Scout cookies myself, so just saying.
Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry. There's the biggest eagle outside my window. Holy
What?
flippers of frantic zebras! Whew!
Have you tried recruiting it for the show? You know, for Jungle Ducks.
Oh yeah, I'm working on that right now. I actually, between all the songs that we did after that point, I've been working on a screenplay.
Oh yes, and finding filming locations in Borneo
Yes,
and jazz musicians to provide the soundtrack.
yes, my father's making those connections.
Yes.
It'll be like Jungle Ducks. Everybody loves the Jungle Ducks on in Borneo. Wait, ready for this?
I don't know.
Jungle Ducks.
Right there you go. You just sold it. Everybody wants to watch that show now.
I
Okay.
just happen to have a bongo, a tiny little mini bongo drum in my office.
And
I
why
don't know
not?
how we had that.
Oh my goodness. So okay, I got some more questions from the chat. This
Yeah.
person is MLP Problems, who's actually a pretty well-known person on Twitter, asks, Michelle, what person would you compare yourself to the most in terms of singers, actors, whatever? So basically, who do you feel any kind of similarities between yourself and any singers or actors or anything? Or are you your own person?
I think that what I'm doing is quite different other singers, because I do voiceover and I do acting and I do all this type of stuff, and what I'm doing with you guys right now, I don't think that anyone's I don't know. Ow. I just bonked my knee.
Oh no.
I'm good. I'll survive. No, I'm joking. I think that it's important to me that I want to be my own unique person in this process of
Well, I think you are, honestly, and it's like you were saying. I mean, I don't think anybody else right now out there who's working on cartoons or working in screenplays or whatever does live streams or performs songs or anything for their fans in quite the way that you've been doing. So I just want to say thank you, for doing that, because it's awesome, and I think all your fans really appreciate it.
And I really appreciate you guys being so supportive. It really means a lot to me, and I really like that this is working out the way it is, and I'm very excited to continue on with it.
Well, and actually, come to think of it, one thing one of the fans in the chat pointed out, Thundernote pointed out, his question was, how do you feel to know that 4 of your songs are in the top 10 top sellers on CD Baby right now? And I mean, I think that's kind of indicative of just how much the fans appreciate what you've been doing.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, and guys, let's keep them up there. Again, the songs that she's selling are going, a portion of the proceeds, I should say, are going towards Plan International in their Because I'm a Girl campaign. Well worth it. Well worth it. Okay, next question is from Masonal Cat. When did your parents figure out he says you'd make a voice actress, and how did you get started in all this? So when did you, I guess, begin voice acting and get into that process?
Well, first of all, awesome name. What was his name? I'm sorry, I forget.
Masonal Cat, I think I'm pronouncing it right.
Masonal Cat. That's really cool. Well, since I was 2, my mom ran a music school, and I would be performing up on stage with all her teenage singers, and I did the the grease lightning thing, the cool grease lightning, and I would be in. I would, even when I was like in my diaper, and I'd be going woohoo. I just loved being doing choreography in my car seat like every single day. And I started really studying movies and TV shows from like extremely young, and I would start to imitate the voices, and I would start to present entire movies and episodes of TV to my parents and my family, and they'd be like, "Wow, I don't know how you do that. I was so young. I even now I remember most of them." And when I was about 7 years old, I got in contact with voice agent, and then a few months later I booked the Lucy and Charlie Brown, which was very, very fun. And then I started continue on going from there. Then I did episodes of Dinosaur Train, and then of course My Little Pony. I don't know if you know about My Little Pony. It's some show.
I heard that there's like this thing, and it involves like like miniature horses of some sort.
Like it's like on the Bub or something, or Rasmo or something. I don't know.
I think it's Rasmo and Exploration channels, like that they're doing together, and it's the Bub.
And it's Creethouse. It's Creethouse in Canada, in Ranada rather.
Ranada, yes, and I think that there's like Twinkle Spritzer who's involved as like the main character. And then, like, she's got this, like, pet lizard named Spork or something.
And then there's a character named Flurpy and Bapple Aum.
Yeah. And then, like, she's got this, like, kid sister or something.
Narity and...
Yeah.
And Edie Nell and Koopa and Koopa and
Koopa and Koopa is like a chicken or something, right?
And Lisnord, she's a chicken. Mm-hmm.
She's a chicken, yeah, and half of the episodes are them just trying to get Koopa back into the coop, right?
Spork, take a note.
I don't know if Spork speaks English. I think Spork speaks French.
Hey.
Actually, somebody asked that, and I think you may have mentioned it in the interview that you did with EFR way back in the day, but they were asking if that was actually your voice doing the French in the Cutie Pox episode.
Oh no, yeah, that was all me. Yeah, I speak French. So.
Oh, wow, very, very impressive, very awesome.
That was the best episode ever.
Well, of course,
so much.
It featured what was the name of that character again?
Bapple Aum.
Bapple Aum, who is apparently from Morocco or something.
Yes, she's from the
she's from
The southeastern side of Morocco.
Yeah. That's where
And she likes dapples.
she grows them on a farm. Okay, so I got another question from the chat, and this one is from an impronounceable name. I'm going to pronounce it though. Creber.
Well, that's
Critter. I
Mystic.
maybe it's supposed to be critter. Maybe that's what it is. It says he's a bit new to this, but of all the different aspects of acting and theater, which do you find to be the most fun? So between dancing, acting, singing, what's the most fun one for you to do?
Man, I love all of them very, very much. But I don't know. I can definitely put dancing as my third. But I don't know if I can choose between singing and dancing. I mean, excuse me, singing and acting.
It seems like it's kind of a hard choice. It's like asking,
Because then I'd be a single threat. So.
Ooh, and yeah, triple threats is dangerous.
Doesn't sound very scary or intimidating.
Doesn't really sound threatening, does it?
Sorry, that was redundant.
It's okay.
Well, I want to do it all, so.
Well, it seems like you are doing it all.
I am doing it all, and I'm glad that I'm able to do that.
Well, and you remember Masano Cat? He has another good question for you, which is...
Cat.
Masano Cat says, so what do you think of other child actors / actresses? Where do you see yourself in 8 years? So it's a two-part question, and I know that you work a lot with Claire Corlett and Maddie Peters on this show or whatever it is. But, what do you think of, do you have any of your friends or anyone who's, around your age that's doing this that you look up to? And where do you see yourself, in your career in a few years from now?
Well, to answer the first question, I knew from the moment that you said that. My best friend, Bailey Madison, she's constantly working. She starred in major films in Bridge to Terabithia, Just Go With It, and she's doing all these fantastic projects, and I think that she's a fabulous actress, and I love watching her. So I definitely look up to her. Even though I'm taller than her and 41 days older than her. But that is logically possible in some way.
It's metaphorically possible.
Yes.
You look up to her in a respect sort of way.
Indubitably.
Indubitably, yes.
Oh, goodness.
Well, so do you have any idea where you'll be in 8 years? Do you see yourself continuing with voice acting and with music, or are you gonna pull an Andrea Libman and try to become a civil engineer?
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna be doing the exact same thing that I'm doing right now because there's nothing that makes me happier, and this is my passion, and so I'm gonna pursue it.
Well,
and
you can definitely tell that. You can tell that. All the work you do, it's just obvious that you're having so much fun doing it.
Oh, yeah. No, so I'm definitely not going to quit ever. And, yeah.
Well, and, I don't think anybody wants you to because you're doing such an incredible job, honestly. I think I'm speaking for everyone when I say that. You're doing a great job. And we're all just looking forward to everything that you're going to be doing in the future as well. I got one other question here. Do you have time for maybe one or two more questions?
Oh, yeah. That's fun.
So, guys, remember, if you want me to ask Michelle a question, send it to me in the IRC as a private message. I will see them, and yeah, we'll keep going with this for at least a few more minutes. So this question is, Michelle, do you attend regular school, or do you have to receive special schooling or homeschooling to fit your busy work schedule? Because you're filming a lot. You're out there recording lines and then filming and then performing, and you're all over the place.
Oh no, I've been not homeschooled, but special schooling for 3 years now. Ever since I did Search for Santa Paws, I've just been packed with work schedule, and I love it though. I still have time for friends and exercise and such. But I'm privately tutored with my tutor Linda Hamer, and I just finished school, grade 7. I'm so excited because. Think about this. I had a 7-week term, and for 6.5 of the weeks of the entire term, I was filming. Now, how does that up to getting all the work done? I don't actually know.
You broke physics.
We kind of did. I don't even know how the heck we did it, but we did.
You got some sort of space-time, continuum singularity thing somewhere in the house there because you've somehow bent the laws of the universe. But it does seem like even so, you're just being successful at everything you're doing. I mean, I gotta give you credit. I know when I was your age, I would have never been that productive.
Yeah, well, Marty and Doc are hanging in my basement, so they're there to help me out.
Yeah, they get around.
Yeah, they get around.
Tell me-
Oh, I see what you did there. They really get around. Like
Well,
decades.
tell them to get back to the 80s. Come on.
Yeah, man. So much more fun. So sharks don't jump in for your face.
No, that's a little bit later. That's I think what Street Sharks, right? That's the show that will come on before
No, man.
Jungle Ducks.
That's the third. That's the second movie. The second movie is my favorite.
Oh, wait, of Back to the Future?
Because Biff takes over. Yeah, Biff takes over.
Oh
and he's
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, I love that. I love that that opening scene where they're coming to Biff's palace and you got
Yeah.
they've got I Can't Drive 55 playing and there's all the motorcycles or whatever. I've actually seen,
and then the principal starts shooting him. He's all freaked out in this Biff world.
you stole my paper. Yeah. Slackers. Oh, I love that. Well, and so let's see here. What else do I have in terms of questions? Remember, guys, you can send me questions if you have questions to ask. I think I could ask you a quick tangent question to Back to the Future, which is if you had a DeLorean and you could go back in time, where would you go? Do you have a period of history you find particularly interesting?
Oh man, I would definitely back to I think I would love to go back the times of ancient Rome. That time, how fascinating it was. Their way of life, I would never ever live there because their empire was extremely cruel. But I just would find it extremely interesting, the culture and how the wealthy just had so many modern ideas like we do. I would find that very fascinating.
I should warn you that an interest in ancient Rome can draw you in because actually, when I went to college, I actually got a degree in classical civilization, which is about ancient Rome and ancient Greece. So be careful. You might end up in a college program.
Well, actually, no, wait. I don't know. Ancient Greece, maybe. I don't know, actually. Ancient Greece, ancient Rome. Actually, maybe ancient Greece. Their evolution of literature was extremely fascinating, how all that developed. So that would be very fascinating.
Yeah, no, it really is. And I mean, you definitely, if you ever get into studying it, I recommend anybody who likes any kind of classics or anything like that or interest in history, it's a period of history worth listening or reading about. All right, so we got some fan questions now.
I love this comment. MLP did great, Scott.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's pretty heavy. Okay, so this person who I am going to try and pronounce this screen name because they put in their comment that it's hard to pronounce. Wayelo, aka Patrick, asks. First of all, he says congratulations on completing grade 7. I think that deserves a quick, golf clap there. And then he says you have a busy work schedule with movies, dancing, etc. Are you planning on taking some time off for fun or vacation at any point?
Yeah, well, of course I'm going to Seattle, and me and my family are going to travel around, and we're just going to have a few weeks of fun, so that'll be very nice to have a break.
Well, okay, so maybe one or two more questions. Cowboy Dave, who's a regular in our chat, asks, on the topic of movies, what is your favorite movie of all time?
Okay, wait, no, top 5. Top 5, and then I'll do that. Top 5, Mrs. Doubtfire. She's a man. Back to the Future 2, Star Wars 6, I guess, in how it was made. I guess it's Star Wars 3, luckily. Then, oh, gosh. I don't know. Oh, I just, wait, no. There has to be a movie. There's a movie.
Well, I'll let you think on it. I mean, it's a hard question to ask. I have a hard time thinking of my...
I have to say Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 2.
That was...
Oh, no, but that's technically the... Okay. I can't really say Harry Potter because that's that's current, technically, in the last year.
Well, that's okay. You could use it for both.
But Harry Potter is my favorite movie series. Movie series, here we go. Harry Potter, Back to the Future, Star Wars, yes, that's top.
Okay.
But my favorite current movie, I loved Mission Impossible, Hunger Games, The Avengers, and Hugo and Tintin. All fabulous movies. I cannot believe technology. I actually thought that Tintin was a real life. I thought there was actual people because when I saw the poster, I was like, oh, I wonder who's that actor. And I was like, what? This is an animation? Are you freaking kidding me? It's amazing. My jaws were on the floor the entire time. Actually, that'd be pretty gross because there's a lot of popcorn on those floors.
Yeah, among other things.
I'm joking. I'm getting tired. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, and I should say too, we'll wrap this up here in just a second, but I did want to say that I love Tintin. Like, I grew up with that stuff, and I still haven't seen the movie. I got to see the movie.
Oh, man, you got to.
I know. Okay, so one real quick question from Thundernote asks, how does it feel to work on Killer Among Us? And that's the movie you've been working on all week. I believe he's spelled it right. So how does it feel to work on that? Like, is it fun to work with the staff? And actually, as a follow-up question to that, Dusty Cat asked a similar or an associated question, which is, which kind of acting do you enjoy more, the dramatic style of acting or the comedy style of acting?
I like the challenge of dramatic acting. It takes a lot of concentration and patience to find that emotional strength. But I think comedy is more enjoyable for me to perform. But once again, I do like the dramatic acting once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that you've practiced both, but I can't even imagine just being able to put myself into a character like that and just be able to emote on camera. It just seems like you've got a natural talent for it, and that's not something everyone gets. So
yeah, it's one of those things where you love it. Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. It's one of those things where you either love it or you just absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
No in between.
And it's clear that you love it, so, keep at it.
I love it. But actually, I really like working on Killer Among Us. That was the first question. And, man, the other day we did probably something like 30 takes of absolute full-on crying, screaming, just hyperventilating, just insane emotional intensity. Because we find out, me and my brother, who's played by Alex Ferris, learn that our mother has died, and we find it out on the news because our sister is just so upset she couldn't tell us. And so we're mad at her, and she leaves, and then we're like, no, don't leave us. And we're all freaked out, and yeah.
Oh, man. Well, do you have any idea of when that's going to air, or have they decided yet?
Probably around September or maybe October, around there.
Well, so everybody keep your eyes and ears open for that.
Yeah,
all
I'll
right.
definitely inform you when I know the information of when it's airing.
Oh, yeah. Well, and where you can tell people, or people can find out, is on her YouTube channel, her Facebook page, her website, michellekreber.com, and also her Twitter feed. And all of these, again, will be linked underneath the recording of this broadcast. Well, I think that should about wrap it up for today. Michelle, thank you again so much for joining us. Thanks for sharing the music again. Yeah, I think everybody appreciates it.
I had a fabulous time. It was so good.
You had a wonderful time, yes.
It was much enjoyable, yes.
Yes, indubitably.
I do enjoy the amuse. Indubitably, and yes, our topics are quite rib tickling, as I might say, as it were.
Well, definitely tickling ribs here. Anyway, everyone, when you're out there on the Twitter, do a hashtag indubitably. I think we all would appreciate it. For everyone who showed up at the IRC chat, everyone who's listening in on the Shoutcast stream right now, and everybody who later on is watching this on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Again, check out Michelle Creber's CD Baby account to get the music, download it. It will be in a higher quality than it's available through the recording of this stream. And make sure, as Apple Bloom asked, to leave a comment if you buy the track. Comments are most appreciated. So, again, thank you, Michelle. I want to thank Monique Creber and Michael Creber, her parents, and I want to thank 8-Track and the rest of the EFR crew for helping make these live streams possible. I am Final Draft, and this has been Saturday Night Songs.
Closing music! Closing music!
Closing music!
Jungle ducks! Jungle ducks! Jungle ducks! Woo!
All right, and stay tuned for Jungle Ducks at some point in the near future as well.
Hey!
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And this has been Everfree Radio.